Hello. Konnichiwa. Hola. I don't know how to really say, oh, bonjour. French. I'm very itchy today. I don't like that. So, what do we have going on? Oh, that's not gonna work. Yeah, let's go back to the game. So, I've noticed that I've kind of started to. I mean, I didn't fix my face thing. Still need to do that. There's a few things that I did that were very bad. I didn't put the two different versions on separate layers. I didn't save them as separate creative files. And bad Foxo being bad. I'll just have to. But it's okay. I'm okay. Look at that. Got sky. I've got these things. I've got yeah. I'm doing pretty okay today, I think. I'm doing pretty okay. I also need to see what the hell my dad had to say. What the fuck? Okay. Oh. Anyway. So let's see here. Yeah, so we're sending in. What else do we need to do? We have that. We have that. Oh yeah, I didn't look up the mouse position stuff. How's mouse position? How is mouse position handled? Well, I mean, there is. You have the. There's a few different ways of handling mouse position. Could do the old school way. Mouse.get position. Mouse X, mouse Y. And is it relative to the upper left-hand corner? It usually is. Yeah. Oh. Wait, what? Huh? And convert screen coordinates to game world coordinates using specific. Okay, yeah. No, actually, I can just figure that out. Because one way that I can do it is I can say, since I know what the actual function is, I mean, I could just do the function love dot update dt. And in here, I could say mouse is equal to mouse dot pause is equal to x is equal to I mean, I might actually end up taking all this, right? And then moving it up out of here, right? And then in here, mouse pause. So then here, I can say mouse dot pause dot x, mouse dot pause dot y is equal to love dot mouse dot get the current cursor, get x get y, right? What is, if relative mode is enabled, the cursor is hidden and doesn't move, and the mouse does. But relative mouse motion events are still generated via left mouse moved. This lets the mouse move in any direction indefinitely without the cursor getting stuck to the edges of the screen. Even when relative mouse motion events are interesting. Grabs the mouse and confines it to the window. Interesting. So I can mouse move events. But relative mouse motion events are still generated via lab. Okay. I feel like this is something that I might have to play around with at some point. Because I don't know how... Because, like, effectively all that you need to do... I think this is what... I think once I start getting to the input block... Right, when I start blocking out the input... That is when I'm going to be dealing with the mouse stuff. I just don't think that I need to be doing all that now. Right. So also I am not I have too much blood in my caffeine. Um I need to thin out my blood a little bit. Alright. Okay. So let's talk about I mean, do I really need to have the mouse hook? I mean, I don't have any I feel like it is kind of important. Right. Because it's kind of like one of those things where mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So let's take a look at relative mode and other stuff. Okay. So I'm guessing that in the it's set relative mouse mode enabled, sets an input thing so that whenever I hit the Q button, it just quits or whatever. Coordinate translation to simulate the camera. True. It stops updating the absolute XY position and instead generates delta movements. Ooh. Okay, so it is in the mouse moved. X, Y, yeah, DX, DY. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I just care about the actual mouse movement itself. So yeah, because all I really need to know is the actual signature and functionality of mouse moved. I love that mouse move. So let's actually take care of this. So what do we want? I mean, we could do position and delta. Position and delta would not be too terrible. Right. So because I need the key pressed event. Which I guess I could just do a long ass list of if then, ifs. Because I don't necessarily need to do else if, which is fine. It would be better and more pragmatic and more optimal if I had a function table that is jumped to depending on how things are done. Right? So the first step is I get locomotion. I get oh, I know why the fucking jaw looks like shit. Gotcha, yeah, because the center of rotation is wrong. When you open up your mouth, your jaw is shorter. Because your jaw hinges up away from your jawline. It doesn't hinge at the very back of, yeah, there's things. I know why my face looks like shit. It makes it look like I have an underbite. It looks like dog shit. It's like fucking dog shit. So okay. So yeah, I think we could do. I think we could still do a mouse, right? Because we could do mouse dot delta. I mean, I could do mouse dot d dot x. Right. Y is equal to 0. Mouse dot d dot x, mouse dot d dot y. Right. That's something that can absolutely work. We can also do an input handler state, right? Because basically what we would do is I could do is this, because then I can say this is equal to function and what this is, Q is equal to, oh yeah, how do I quit? How do I send a quit command? Quit. I mean, it probably is just love dot exit love dot event dot quits. What event is this for the event handler to close love? It's possible to abort the exit process the love quit callback. Okay. So there you go. I'll set that up. So that's good. We have quit. We have that, which means that we need to have I mean, I guess I could do this, right? I could do that. Because then here, I mean, I like doing this because I don't have to worry about hoisting. Right? I don't have to worry about hoisting variables and shit like that. So, yeah, I have these. I can have... What's next? I can have... So I have... What is it? What the fuck am I thinking of? Also, I'm really fucking pissed about these audio channel shits. Not fucking happy about it at all. I don't know what to do about it. So... Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Kojima cannot be mad at me for singing this song because he fucking stole it from a Russian composer. Alright. So we have love.update. So in love.update, what happens? Oh, actually in in love.load. In love.load. For one of the things that we need to do is we need to do love dots mouse dot sets relative mode true right, so that we have that. We also need to have mouse moved. Love.update is probably just going to be its own kind of sequence of shit, right? Because like it's kind of like one of those things where we want to have a set sequence of shit, because the order in which things occur is important, right? Having these ordered is very, very good because like there's having like this batch processing kind of thing is very, very powerful, and I think behaviors are going to help. And what a behavior is just a behavior is just a thing that operates on is just a thing that has a list of subscribers, a list of users, and the idea of contextual execution. Right? These are different from systems. As systems always operate on the whole, behaviors do not. Not necessarily. They can, but they don't necessarily. Right? Behaviors are effectively a shorthand for saying, hey, this is a thing, right? I think, I mean, I'm still, there's a lot of things like the tungsten that I'm kind of tossing around. I don't know how idiomatic I want it to be. I feel like it's a lot more powerful if effectively language extensions can be kind of packaged with the compiler. Being able to like effectively have your own, because like I want to have a build your own STD library, a build your own STD lib, right? Where you have your compiler, and you either have all the DLLs/SOs alongside it, right? And you basically hot swap all that out for the language features that you want, and all that gets thrown into the compiler. So that like certain like language level systems like you want to include posits as a type, right? So you throw posits.dll into your so you throw in posits.dll/so into your compiler folder. And then, biff bam boom, Bob's your uncle. Now you have posits as part of your compiler, right? So that like these, so that you can like set up your project. So like say that you do a lot of work in certain certain workflows. Instead of having your bog standard, import list, right? You just have the compiler stuff, right? This can get really messy when sharing projects, absolutely. Which is why there does need to be like sharing code is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. And that's something that I'm kind of needing to think about because it needs to be like I am kind of targeting the solo dev or the small team dev or the kind of ecosystem driven project flows, but I'm not entirely sure how all that shit's gonna work. I just need to figure it out more. Like the package management and all that. Yeah, because I've been kind of like going back and forth with Claude. And again, like it's much more like I'm not just like blindly following what Claude says because it doesn't know what the fuck it's talking about. But I am kind of I'm using it as like a sanity check kind of thing, right? Because if Claude starts talking about other languages, then that's a good thing. That means that, hey, this thing is a thing that already exists. Right? This is a thing that already exists within XYZ language. Which means that it's known to work. Right? Which is a good thing. And Claude is less agreeable than a lot of the other LLMs. I've also kind of told it to be, like prioritize factual, prioritize accuracy over literally anything else. So, that helps cut down on the hallucinations, which is good. It cuts down on the ease of gaslighting the computer, which is what I want, right? Cuts down on the yes man kind of situation, which is a good thing, right? But yeah, like it's not telling me how to do that. It's never gonna be able to. I have to come up with how all that shit works, and the actual design aspect I have to come up with it. But I can bounce ideas off of it, and it just kind of reflects. It's really, really good at summarizing shit. It's really, really good at taking the absolute fucking word salad that spills out from my mouth and turns it into like a cohesive thing, which is really nice. And my thoughts get very, very fragmented, and it's very easy for me to go off track. And it helps to kind of focus in all that stuff and contain it, which is nice. I like that. That's how I use it, because otherwise it's a fucking nightmare. So, yeah. So we have function love dot mouse moved x y dx dy. All right. Okay, good. Good. X. So I have these guys. These guys are good. I have quits. Quit is good. Input. I need to actually include input. Means function love dot key pressed key input key and right. Yeah, love that key pressed key input key end. That literally makes this whole thing like super easy. Because then I can also just say, hey, input. Right? Like anywhere I could just say input, letters bullshit. I just have it at Q for now. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna crash. That's not gonna, be able to do. So what I can do is I think I can say, I should be able to say this. Um, yeah, I should be able to do this, right? Input key or function end, and then invoke it. Right? This is. Hello. Hi. Hello. So yeah, this is a thing that you can do, which is kind of incredible, right? I love Lua. You can do a lot of really silly, stupid shit with Lua. Lua is a fantastic language. It's very silly. So let's see what's next. So the next part, the next bit is we have doobie doobie doo doobie doo doobie 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 doo doobie doo doobie doobie doobie. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, okay. This is an upstairs neighbor. My hello, Seribots, the only one watching. It's okay though. So I have mouse, the input, the load, the function that mouse moved mouse, the keyboard pressed. That is fine. Well, let's save. So it should be able to run just fine without any issues. And if I hit Q, it ends. Cool, perfect. That's awesome. I mean, like, yeah, normally you end up setting it to a board state. And like the entire game is going to be managed by like a state machine. The level is going to be managed by a state machine. There's a lot of shit like that, right? But like for now, it's fine. I feel like this entire time I've been too worried about doing it properly than doing it, right? And then like I'm starting to see like a lot of other people that are just like, yeah, like you don't need to do it. You know, you don't need to do it properly the first. You just need to get it done. You know, if you know how to do it properly the first time, without it biting you in the ass later, or without it taking too much time, then absolutely, right? Right. You don't need to be quite so concerned with that, with correctness early on in a project. You just need to get it working, right? So let's see here. So because this isn't necessarily, I mean, like this is fine. Like this is good. I don't think I have, because like I do want behaviors. I don't necessarily want datum, because like there's no point in it. Because like the whole purpose of datums is that you have a way to you are turning the existence of a field into a value, right? So that you can like check to see if it has a thing or not. But in Lua, you don't need to do that, right? Like you don't need to have a separate thing for all that shit. So like it doesn't matter. And there's also like data locality and a bunch of other stuff too. But yeah. So let's see here. So let's see here. We could do. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? What is going the fuck on, dude? God fuck damn it, dude. Okay, so we have all of those. We have all of those. Now so that is the dx and dy. So yeah. Okay. I want to rotate left and right. So, did we agree? I think we agreed upon doing the matrix, right? Having the imaginary numbers be matrices. That's literally just because handling multiplication and all that shit is fucking trivial, right? Um, and if we want to find out what the right, and if we want to find out like what the actual facing angle is, we just take the first vector, right? If bam boom, Bob's your uncle, problem solved. Now, something to keep in mind is that the facing angle is actually going to be the right vector. VR. Right. The right basis. And I forget how you're supposed to do it. It's like because it's there's like a way to handle like how to rewrite things for like rebases. I forget how to do it. Because that's literally all that we're doing, right? Is we're just doing a rebalance of the basis vectors, and I think it's a column-wise thing, right? So all that I would have to do is literally just list the three bases in order, right? So right, forward, up, and then Bob's your uncle, which is literally just yeah, it's because I could do like half angle, but I don't know if I want to do half angle. Like half angle makes it very easy to clamp it into like set bounds on things. It's more accurate to actual 3D rotations. Interesting. So you can do that. Yeah, because all of those would end up effectively lying flat. It's good to know. Understanding the hairy ball theorem. So okay. So we have how does that work? So I'm not entirely sure. So in the old ways, I um I also don't know. I mean, I could just divide by the determinant, right? Divide by det. And then that will, because I think I can do off to the internet. Yeah, GLSL, matrix, permanent. That thing that I can do. Gotcha. Okay. Um, so that's something I need to figure out. How do I fetch the row of the matrix? So there's the manual construction. Oh, I mean, I could do a transpose. Okay. That's something to keep in mind, I would suppose. So, what's next? What's next? Come on. What's next? We have what? Yeah, because we have mouse moved, we have... I mean, it's only been an hour. It has only been an hour. Yeah, the mouse moved. So, the DXDY. So we do have kind of a problem with the mouse moved. Because we only want to be sending the update information like as needed, right? We don't want to be sending uniform information constantly. That is generally very bad, right? You can stream quite a bit of data to shaders just fine, but also keep in mind like how frequently that shit happens. I also don't know how frequently the mouse moved event triggers. I don't know if that's on a per frame basis. I'm going to assume that it is, which means that it's not super bad, right? Like, mouse moved isn't going to handle that stuff a whole hell of a lot, right? So, I mean, like one of the things I could do is I can say, you know, counter equals 0, and then here I can say counter equals counter plus 1, right? And then in love.update I can say print counter equals 0, right? Because here what I could do, oh, it does do it multiple times a frame. Okay, because I see a couple 3s and 2s in there. Okay, that's good to know. So it does happen more often. Which means that the okay, so yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So that means yeah. So these are accumulations. Right. So these are accumulations, or at least these should be accumulations. Because again, we don't want to be streaming a fuck ton of data. I might just say fuck it and do it anyway. Right. Either that or I could be, I mean, like, maybe instead of doing, because like, how often do I want to be doing this stuff, right? Like, realistically, how often do I want to be doing this stuff? But then I also need to have like matrices be actually defined and shit too, right? Because I need to have like the tables be tables and shit. And I can do them, and I can make it be like row major and all that stuff. So do I want to have an accumulator pattern, or do I want to have a um like, do I want to have an accumulator pattern? Or do I want something a little bit less something? I do need to go to a bathroom. So I will be right back. All right. So, let's see here. Do 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 do. We have the mouse moved. Two options. We have mouse moved. Also update anything that needs to be updated when the mouse is moved. Alright. Which isn't a terrible idea. Alright, okay, we can also have like the player. We can have a pause is equal to. That's not what I fucking wanted. Cool, thanks, great. Awesome. The 1.5 will make more sense later, but for now it's looking fine. I want to actually start it off at 1.5. Alright. Because that means we are in the middle of the cell than anything else, right? And that's kind of important. There's a few other edge cases that we need to also address at some point. We might do... because I don't know what radius I want the player. Because I could make the player... I can make each cell be 3 by 5. Right? A player size cell be 3 by 5. 3 wide, 5 tall. Right. The player hitbox be 3 by 5. Which means that the eye height would be at 4.5. Which would imply that the ceiling height would be 9. I don't know if I like that. Right. There's just like a lot involved, because it might be that I want each cell to be 5 by 5 by 6, maybe. That's a possibility. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Think about it and see, right? So we have the player position. We have the player yaw. Which this is also going to be column major, so it should be 1 0 0 1. I mean, ooh, hold on, because the negative y So, because of the way that these are set up, I can make it so that it is interesting. So the first column, right? The first one. So what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Right. This here is the this here is the left vector. I mean this here is the right vector. This is the forward vector. You see? And then we can also have I mean, I don't like that. PCH pitch column is equal to This is what? Also, can I just send this to the table? I don't know if I can. Because like I'm okay with it not being like an actual like I'm okay with position having the X and the Y explicitly. Because I really don't want to be dealing with a bunch of things. Like I want to be able to just access it, right, in a way that's very concise and succinct. Um, so like that's a thing. Like one of the things I could do is I could say, I could like set the meta table and all that shit. But so pitch is also 1-0. Zero comma 1. So these are the matrices. Ya and pitch and ya. We want to have. There's. So the order of operations. It is a lot easier, mind you. It is a lot easier to have the whole system pitch first and then yaw. Right. So the we have the forward vector. We have the vector, which is just the UV, comma 1, which is UV, comma 1. Then right, and then we have the how do I put this right? So yeah, so it is right forward, right, comma up. Correct? Correct. Right? Right, yeah. Should be, at least. So yeah, so that's just how that works. What is going to be the next part? Position, yeah. I mean, technically speaking, we're also going to have to deal with velocity, speed, and all that other garbage. Of which I'm not super, like, I don't care. Fuck that. Screw that. Okay. So, um, oops, if I have the right scene on. I've noticed. Okay. I mean, I could also set the player position to be a thing as well. I mean, you'd make movement pretty easy, right? Possibly. Because basically all that looking left is going to do is it just is going to add the forward. It is just going to add the forward vector to like the current looking. Well, I mean, that is just, you know, literally adding this. You know, literally just adding this to itself, right? So, how do you do that? Well, I mean, it's a scaled version of that, right? It's like this times delta. I mean, delta divided by some stuff, right? And then you renormalize it. Right. Alright. Time to stretch. Time to stretch. Time to stretch. Ooh. Bonus points if you can tell me what movie this is from. I mean, it's a remix, but bonus points if you can tell me what movie this is from. Okay. So, I could do the player. I mean... Oh, no, yeah, no, I don't want to... Yeah, no, I don't want to do... Yeah, I don't know. I mean... So let's do a matte mole. A helps if I actually, you know, say function matte mole AB, right? That's not how you do functions in Lua. So we say local C is equal to this, right? Return C. Return to monkey, right? So everything in here, right? What is it? It's like 4. Like there's like a really cute way of doing it. Is to do matrix multiplication. It's just you do and this is also column. Alright, this is also a column. Yeah, this is column major, not row major. So indexing into it is very specific. I forget like the really clever algorithm is. But we could also just say, you know, C at what is it? 1 1 is equal to A 1 1 times B1 1 plus A 2 times B 1 2, right? C A 2 1 times B oh wait, no, it's Nonde. Times B1 1. Wait. Fucking. So for I comma j. For I in for I in pairs C in pairs C do for J in pairs CI do, right? And right. So for every XY, for every column row, we are sweeping through. Okay, so what for a given element within a matrix, right? Let's map this shit out, right? Draw E. I also want to make sure that I don't miss certain things. I don't care about Uber Eats. Fuck off. Let's derive this shit. Okay. I'm gonna sense the shit out of this. So is equal to it's EA plus GB EC plus GD Alright. Technically speaking, we could also, like, yeah, because this is just, E is 1, 1. And then 2, 1 times, yeah, it is A 1, 1 times A times B 1, 1 plus A1 1 2 right. That's for that. And we know okay, so then what about this one here? Because this one over here is going to be FA plus HB. And then this is FC plus HD. Right, which means that the other one is equal to C1, 1. Right. That's setting it. Not very pragmatic. C1, 1, right? What about C2? 2. Right? What does that look like? That will be A 1 times B Oh, this is. Oh wait, hold on. A1 2 1 2. Wait, no, this is one. Yeah, one. First column, second row. First column, second row. 2 2 B 2 2. Interesting. Also, I need to. I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, hey. Hey. Sorry, I was in the bathroom. No, I was, there we go. Hello, work. Yes, I was off in the bathroom taking care of a couple things real quick. But I be back now. Oh, how you been? If you're still here. Which you might not be. So, FCHD. So, am I still here? Yeah, I'm still here. Okay, so we have these. So what is the... So what changes? The only thing that changes is... this. And for B... Oh wait, no, that's not the thing that changes between C11 and C22. The thing that actually changes, so this is the same first. Nande. Oh, row. That's not correct. It is actually 2, 1. 2, 1, 1, 1. It is the second column. Wait. Row major. Row major. Oh, same. Yeah. First column major. Second column. First row. And here is the first column, second row. Here it is the first column, second row. First column, second row here times the second column, first row here. Okay. Yeah. A B C D 1 2 3 4. Yeah. How's your day been? I think I saw you streaming earlier today. How'd your stream go? How'd all that go? Okay, so that is that. So the thing that's actually changing between these two. I mean, I could just cheat and look it up. I mean, I also kind of want to do the exercise of actually thinking this stuff out, right? So after I figure it out, I'm gonna look it up and see if I'm correct. It's like it's been a while. I just feel like I'm so out of practice with actually like coding and typing and all that shit that I'm just not happy with like where I'm at. It feels like I struggle with remembering how to do certain things, you know? So having... Yeah. So the first element is the same. So this is the internal, this is J. Well, IJ, K. right? So it is C I, well, C I J equal to A. What is it? A. Well, it's plus equals A. What is it? K. A. AK-47. A. A. Oh no. Times B. And I think this is correct. Right. So what is C first column second row? Alright, what is that? That is A E yeah. I mean we could swap these, right? But that is a first column. Oh, it's just the second row. It has to be that. KJIK. Pretty sure that's it, right? Off to Google. Matrix multiplication algorithm. Alright, like what is example. Alright. Like with for loops. Right, yeah, like with for loops. Yep. Cij is AIKBKJ. A equals 1 to n. Where A is m times n and B is n times p. The result is C. Result C is n times yeah. So I was correct. And the reason why things are looking kind of weird is because it's the row and columns are swapped. So I do have the proper thing. It's just a summation. Right. It is just a summation. That's not how I do that. That's how I do that. Okay, cool. So 4K in 2. I think that's how you do it. And oh, okay, cool. So for IJK. And what is it? Like B, like in A, I think. I mean, it's just building things up. All right. So here we have, so C or C, IJ is equal to 0. CIJ with the CIJ plus AKJ times BI. Okay. Pretty sure that's correct. Because it doesn't really matter as long as all the indexing is correct, it's fine. Alright. As long as all the indexing is correct, it's fine. But the actual algorithm itself is solid. Right? Right. Technically speaking, I should have 4K in pairs A. Right. Do. I mean, or I could just do for A, I do believe. And then in here I could do C or CI. Is it that number, or is it before or after? Is it before or after? Oh, I think it's before, right? No, because it's like the length of it, something like that, I think. How do I get the length of a? How do I get the length of an array? And how do I get the? How do I get the length of an array in Lua? Huh. Well then. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so it is beforehand. Yeah, starting at 1. So there's that. Right. So this way, this is just a little bit of a more of an idiomatic system, right? So see, Cij equals 0, and then A and stuff, right? I am going to be hopping over to someone else's stream though. At least here very soon. And that's largely just because I don't want to be a butthead. So I have that, and let's make sure that it doesn't crash or anything, and it doesn't. That's perfect. Okay, so quick. Yeah, this is gonna be it, but let's see here. I'm really tempted, but I know that that's gonna be a real bad situation. I forgot how to do all this. So because it's like, how do I do it? Like, because like the whole thing is like very managing the whole system is a colossal pain in the ass. Right. I still want to, like, can I just do like a slash duty thing? Like slash raid, I think. Right? Is that like a thing that I can do? Because I think I can just do slash automate game. Yeah, let's find out. Raid. Automate games. I think that's something that actually happens. Is that a thing? Is that going? Does that do? I don't know if that worked. Unknown user. Weird. I don't think that popped up in the. I don't know if that did it. I don't know if that did a thing. There we go. Ah. Start raid. And then I can do. Do. There we go.